Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lotus Resources, a proven uranium producer. Joining us, as always, is Keith Bowes, the managing director. Welcome back, sir.
Hi, and thanks very much for having me back on.
And it's always a pleasure. So last time we spoke, we kind of really got this idea about the uranium sector kind of really flowing through the blood of the managing board. Like, you guys have really been involved in this industry. And today we want to focus more on Lotus Resources as in the company itself. So first and foremost, for newer investors, do you want to kind of give a kind of an elevator pitch to exactly what's going on within this business?
Yeah, sure. So Lotus Resources acquired a uranium project called Kalakera, which is based over in Malawi in Africa. Kalakera is a past producer, which when we were looking at various projects around the world, we thought was very, very important. Being able to demonstrate to the market and to be able to demonstrate to the investor that we have an asset that is proven or has been able to produce previously, we thought was really, really important. So we've acquired this asset. It's currently on care and maintenance. We're watching the uranium price very, very closely. And I think when it gets to the level that we think is a satisfactory level, we'd be in a position to be able to turn the asset back on again, produce uranium, and start feeding into the market.
Sounds pretty intriguing. So that's the main property that you guys are operating through right now. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of these milestones that you've hit through 2021 and exactly like just some things that really stuck out to you? Just some insights would be great there as well.
Yeah, so one of the things that we did is when we acquired the project, we obviously recognized what it had done previously. We did a lot of work in terms of understanding what were the constraints or what were the levers that we could pull to try and improve on the project. And we identified 4 different areas that we thought were absolutely critical to restarting this project up. And at a really high level, what that consisted of was an ore sorting technology, which allowed us to increase the grade. It had a look around some power options. It had a look around some acid recoveries. And it had a look at ways of trying to improve the methods by which we would dispose of the tailings materials. So we thought those were really the key drivers that could add value to the project. So what we've done during the year is we have actually focused on those 4 areas to try and bring them up to a level such that we have enough confidence to be able to use them or use the ideas that they've generated in the feasibility study, which will be announced to the market next year. So that's what we've done on the project side and on the technical side. We've also done some exploration work. So we've done some exploration work around the existing resource to look at the opportunities to grow that resource, and also through a review of the exploration licenses we have that are outside the existing mining license. We identified a number of areas that were also interesting. We're doing some more exploration in those areas as well, and the drill rigs are turning on the ground at the moment. And we've also acquired some more ground as well in some of those areas to try and improve our exploration potential. So that's what we've done on the uranium side. And then I think one really interesting one that we don't always talk a lot about, but I think could gather some interest from the investors, is we've actually got a rare earth deposit as well that sits on our existing mining license, and we're starting to do some work on that as well.
So hopefully, as we head into the new year here, we can start seeing some of the results kind of pulling out here. I want to ask you a lot of questions. I mean, I'd be interested to see at what price uranium has to get to for you guys to kind of start getting a little more excited, but maybe we can save some of those juicier details when we get more into the financing side. But what are you guys looking forward to in 2022 here? What can investors expect? I mean, you mentioned a few things, but is there anything else we can expand on there?
So there's the results from our exploration work. We're certainly going to be putting those out. We're starting to see those results coming from the labs now. So we're doing the interpretation of those results. And you'll see an announcement in the new year coming out on our exploration work, both on the uranium side as well as on our rare earth side. We're expecting to do an update to our mineral resource estimate as well. That'll come out sort of maybe the end of Q1 next year. We have our feasibility study, which is coming out in the middle of next year. And I think we're also going to be talking a little bit about maybe some offtake agreements or maybe some discussions we've had with the utilities around that as well. So those will be the main things coming up in the early part of next year. Assuming that the uranium price is in a position where we want it to be, there may actually be some initial discussions around financing and all that kind of stuff occurring later on next year.
Okay, so lots to look forward to. I really appreciate your time and just giving us some insights today in Lotus Resources. Thank you, Keith.
Thanks very much.
Always a pleasure. On that note, folks, always let us know what you think in that comment section below, because eventually we'll do an investor Q&A where we can directly bring your questions up. But in light of this, stay cool, stay awesome, and I look forward to catching you in the next one.